Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another Sunday evening video. I have obligations up here on Sundays, so don't think I spend 7 days a week here. Yeah, I do. But anyway, I wanted to show off one of our new shop projects that is actually also related to our greenhouse. So if you have a community that is really in support of you, there are a lot of things that you can do to give back to them. One of the things that we are doing with our school is we're doing something that I like to call a municipal basket. So we grew some of our hanging baskets actually in number 15 nursery cans. Those are really large nursery cans. The inside mouth of them is about 14 inches and they're about 17 inches deep. So they do hold a lot of soil. But I planted just the regular 5 plants in the top of those pots, and we're turning them into a hanging basket. Now, if you go out and buy one of those systems, you're going to spend maybe $125 to $200 or more on a hanging basket system. If you're like me, you have a lot of tools available to you, a lot of metalworking tools. I do have a plasma cutter available to me. I have some of my own personal tools from when I did garden art that's available to me. And yeah, I've got a background in metalworking. So I not only was a CNC machinist for quite a while, but before that, I ran my own hobby business designing garden art. So I've done a lot of design of metalwork and fabrication of metalwork. Metal and I are really good friends as far as being able to shape or form or turn something into an artistic item. I also got fairly good at understanding what it takes to make sure something is robust enough to endure lots of time outdoors. So let me show you a little bit about the system that I designed, and I've got one tack welded together right now. It'll get fully welded up tomorrow, and then it'll also have some metal gussets added to it. So when we're done, you should easily be able to hang off of it, which is a good idea because the baskets, when I'm done, will probably weigh 65 pounds or more, which is pretty hefty. So let me show you the system. So this is, sorry, I'm flipping the phone around. This is the system here. That is a 15-gallon nursery pot. As you can see, let's see if we can get this in here. So that's to the outside of the pot there, and you come all the way over here, and it is 15 inches. Okay, and then down to the bottom, goes all the way down. Let me get that a little bit longer. Should be 17 inches or so to the bottom. Yeah, 17 inches there. So you get the idea that this is a really large container. Okay, and with that, the square stock we have around that is actually 3/8, so it's 3/8 square stock. We did heat it up with a torch to do some of the bending to make sure that it was easier to bend and we weren't putting stress fractures or stress risers in there. We do have a hoop to go around the outside for more strength. That's 1 inch by, I think, 1/8 inch steel strap. Those 3/8 inch square come up to our circle up top, which is cut out of 1/4 inch steel plate. We have 1/2 inch rod that's tack welded at the bottom of our piece right here. And then these are the pieces of rolled 1 inch square tubing. Okay, that's 1/8 inch wall, 1 inch squared tubing. We are going to add some artwork to the top of it. I was going to put it in through here, but I don't know if I've got enough room, and I don't know how it'll look. It may go right in through here, but we're going to write the name of the town in 1/4 inch round bar, and it's either going to go down here on this part or up along the top. Then, of course, these will be spray painted black. We'll clean them up really good with some rubbing alcohol and put some spray paint on there. You could send them out to powder coat, but kind of one of my one of my opinions is honestly spray paint with things like this is probably easier, because if you take them down after a couple of years, you can clean them up with a wire brush and apply a new coat. Whereas if you go out and powder coat these, you're going to pay for the powder coat, and the steel in the full sun with the expansion and contraction, it can expand or contract faster or slower or more to a degree than the powder coat, and you can get some cracking. That powder coat is really bad about getting into the little crevices, so you could have some dry spots there on your powder coat. Yeah, I at one point in time was a powder coat quality inspector, and you would think I was more in favor of powder coat, but actually I'm not. You know, a $5 rattle can of Krylon will do just as good a job as paying $125 to have these powder coated. So we'll just rattle can these. Again, we are going to put some gussets in here, so there'll be some 1/4 inch gussets in the corners to take some of that weight, because that is going to be one heavy pot. We want to make sure that there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, so a couple other shots so you can see how that is on there. That is our municipal style hanging basket frame. I might do something else to it. You know, I might go ahead and put in a twist in here. I just haven't decided. I do have my own personal blacksmithing forge, so I could add a little bit of flair there. But in reality, you know, all this stuff down here, we didn't need to put any flair there because those will all be covered up with the plant material. So yeah, that is our hanging basket. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have questions, drop me a line. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.